The Beyblade X national qualifiers for North America just played out this past weekend, and it was insane. But unlike traditional tournaments, most Beyblades were banned. The tournament was restricted to Hasbro only, so Beyblades like Aero Pegasus, Scorpio Spear, Cobalt Drake, Night Metal, and many others could not be used. It made most competitive players think differently, and most were forced to step outside of their comfort zone to create a new meta to play in, which in all honesty is not actually that different than the current meta. So make sure to strap in, like the video, and subscribe to check out my new videos that come out every Saturday, because we are about to get into the best Beyblades to use in the Hasbro Beyblade X meta. And without further ado, the first Beyblade we must talk about was something you guys probably already knew was coming, and that Beyblade is none other than Wizard Rod. But instead of Wizard Rod 960 Ball being the meta, it is more so the attack variant of Wizard Rod, and some more defensive variants of it as well. Combos for this include Wizard Rod 160 Low Rush, Wizard Rod on 160 Rush, one of the best Wizard Rod combos, Wizard Rod 360 or 960 Hexa, and the last combo, Wizard Rod 160 Kick. Although 160 isn't always needed for these combos, 360 and the 960 variants work just as well, and are actually arguably better for Wizard Rod than the 160 variant. I also want to say that Wizard Rod on Hexa is debatably its best combo used here as well, because not only can it get KOs, but outspin attack types and hold its ground from their attacks as well. Not nearly as much getting hit into the pocket, but at the end of the day, it's just preference and how you like to play. But overall, Wizard Rod still can stand at the top of Beyblade X's meta, just in a different kind of way. But next, we have a Beyblade that seems like a dark horse, or a sleeper pick from the Takara Tomy side of things, Tyranno Beat. In the Hasbro Stadium, this Beyblade just dominates and uses its incredible down smash to not only spin finish opponents, but smack them into the pocket as well. Some combos that are great for Tyranno Beat and that were used at the national qualifier include Tyranno Beat 160 Kick, Tyranno Beat on 960 Rush, and Tyranno Beat 360 Flat or LR. But honestly, I feel like our next pick could give it a huge run for its money and actually debatably be the best Beyblade in the Hasbro meta instead of Wizard Rod. But before we discuss that, I want to announce channel memberships. If you guys would like to join the channel with a membership, you will gain access to videos like this one 2 days early, personal help on combos, and for people who have a membership at higher tiers, we'll get some stickers and maybe a Beyblade once every month. By just clicking the join button right next to the subscription button, you can become part of the Pomegranate family. But even if you can't help support that way, you guys are still all part of this big family created on this channel. And I want to say how much I appreciate you guys and how much your support means to me. And honestly, I wouldn't be where I am without you guys watching and liking and commenting. So this is also just a small intermission to give you guys a big thank you for helping me out and give me a place where my words can speak volumes. So enough sappiness, let's get back to the video, where now we'll discuss that hyper awesome, super meta-breaking Beyblade, Hover Wyvern. It's a new addition to the meta and just released recently alongside Impact Drake, and is actually the first real Hasbro exclusive Beyblade. Its shape is utterly terrifying and is just a Pringle that can stay around long enough to completely counter Wizard Rod on any setup. I think the best combos for it being Hover Wyvern on 960 Kick, Hover Wyvern 360 Low Rush, and Hover Wyvern on 960 Unite. This Beyblade overall is just an attacking menace and really just straight up kills most of the meta. However, there is another Beyblade that can still stand toe to toe with its aggressiveness, and that Beyblade is one you all know way too well, Phoenix Wing. It's been an attacking force since the very beginning of Beyblade X essentially. It can struggle against Attack Rod and sometimes against Hover Wyvern, but against at least Tyranno Beat, it can be pretty even. Most other Beyblades though, they can get pretty slammed by it, so it's definitely the go-to attack Beyblade there, because it really does beat most of the other Beyblades you might see around. Some combos that are really great for it include Phoenix Wing, 360 low rush, Phoenix Wing on 960 rush, and Phoenix Wing on 560 point. All of these are just great and maximize Phoenix's potential. And to be honest, you won't go wrong with most of the combos you use here. I'd actually say that Phoenix can be a jack of all trades, but of course, its aggressive nature will be at the utmost priority. And now, our next Beyblade is actually almost the complete opposite of that, and that is Silver Wolf. As many of you guys know, this is the Beyblade that basically comes in second to Wizard Rod for stamina and defensive purposes. Two best combos that I saw at the qualifiers were Silver Wolf on 360 or 960 free ball, Silver Wolf on 960 elevate. Overall, Silver Wolf is still a great pick and great for defense, because when you have a lot of attack types coming around, you're gonna need something to take those hits. And when you have things like our next pick, you're definitely gonna want Silver Wolf on elevate. Which actually brings us to our last Beyblade I want to talk about for the Hasbro Beyblade X meta that I saw at Nationals. And that Beyblade is Cobalt Dragoon. It's actually probably one of the strongest Beyblades in this meta, and actually gives Hover Wyvern and Wizard Rod a huge run for their money because of Cobalt Dragoon 560 elevate. However, I've done huge spiels on Cobalt Dragoon and elevate already, so let's look at the other combos that you can use with this. Good combos for it would definitely be Cobalt Dragoon on 160 low rush, Cobalt Dragoon on 760 level, and Cobalt Dragoon on 560 point. In my opinion, those are the best combos for it if you're not using elevate in the Hasbro Stadium. But yeah, overall this thing is a humongous demon, and like I think 3 or 4 maybe of the people who got top 8 were using Cobalt Dragoon and elevate. I also might have used it a little bit. But yeah, those 6 Beyblades I mentioned are the meta in Hasbro. So if you are yet to have your national tournament yet, or there's a Hasbro tournament coming near you, definitely check those Beyblades out, use them, because they're gonna be your way to victory. And actually, to harken back on all of the Beyblades mentioned, there's one big thing to note. The meta is focused on pure attack types. The Hasbro Stadium is so small that its confined space buffs attack type bits and blades to the extreme. Unlike the Takara Tomy Stadium, stamina and defense types don't really have a space to take a hit and outspin opposing Beyblades. I think there are some other Beyblades that have been mentioned here that do perform amazingly, but overall, what I stated here is just the full force meta, especially for the 2025 USA Nationals. The format being one-on-one until the finals is also pretty gruesome as well. The priority is earning a ton of points, and attack Beyblades are the only ones that can consistently net them. But at the end of the day, I want to know what you think. I'm sure you guys have actually watched videos regarding the National Beyblade Tournament. So what did you see that caught your eye? And if you participated, what did you think was the best to use? Do you guys think that the Hasbro Beyblade X Stadium was actually successful and should be something we keep on using? Or should we just go to the gold standard Takara Tomy Stadium? And spoilers, the Takara Tomy Stadium is the superior stadium, and I'm so glad we're just using that going forward. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's small little video regarding all the combos that I saw at the national tournament, and I honestly think it was pretty crazy to watch. And definitely make sure to stay tuned, because there's gonna be a video all about my personal experience at the Anime Expo National Championship. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side, for real, for real. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one, and remember to keep on spinning.